Well, you know I stay
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
stay
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness, stay
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness till I die.
in the wilderness,
Oh Lord,
in the wilderness,
stay
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness, stay
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness till I die. Lord, you know I'm on
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness, moan
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness, moan
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness till I die. Oh
in the
yes,
wilderness,
oh
in the
Lord,
wilderness,
wilderness. Oh yes, in the wilderness, oh in the wilderness till I die.
well, then I stay
In the wilderness,
wilderness,
in the wilderness,
stay
in the wilderness,
the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
stay
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness
in the wilderness,
till I die.
in the wilderness,
Oh Lord,
in the wilderness,
stay
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
stay
in the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness,
wilderness,
stay
in the
in the
wilderness, in the
wilderness till I
wilderness,
die.
till I
Well, then I'm born
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
mold
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
mold
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness
in the
till I
wilderness,
die.
in the
Oh
wilderness,
Lord,
in the wilderness,
mold
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness,
mold
in the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness,
wilderness,
mold
in the
in the
wilderness, in the
wilderness till I
wilderness,
die.
till I
Well,
die.
yes, I preach
In the wilderness,
in the
in
wilderness,
the wilderness,
preach
in the wilderness,
in the
in
wilderness,
the wilderness,
preach
in the wilderness,
in the wilderness
in the wilderness,
till I die.
in the
Oh
wilderness,
yeah,
in the
then I
wilderness,
preach
in the wilderness,
in the
in
wilderness,
the wilderness,
preach
in the
in
wilderness,
the
in the
wilderness,
wilderness,
preach
in the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness till I
wilderness,
die.
till I
Well, then I
die.
sing
In the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness,
wilderness,
sing
Lord, in the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness,
wilderness,
sing
in the wilderness,
in the
in
wilderness
the
till I
wilderness,
die.
in the
Oh
wilderness,
Lord, then I
Lord,
sing
in the wilderness,
in the
in
wilderness,
the wilderness,
sing
in the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness,
wilderness,
sing
in the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness till I
wilderness,
die.
till I
Yes, I'm
die.
gonna stay
In the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness,
wilderness,
stay
Lord, in the
in
wilderness,
the
in the
wilderness,
wilderness,
stay
in the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness till I
wilderness,
die.
in the
Oh
wilderness,
Lord,
in the
then
wilderness,
I stay
in the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness,
wilderness,
stay
in the
in the
wilderness, in the
wilderness,
wilderness,
stay
in the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness till I
wilderness,
die.
till I
Well, I'm gonna
die.
pray
In the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness,
wilderness,
pray
Lord, in the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness,
wilderness,
pray
in the wilderness,
in the
in the
wilderness till
wilderness,
I die.
in the
Oh
wilderness,